What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today is actually a pretty positive commentary. Now, there are going to be a few negatives that I will list out later in the video, but I think overall, this news is going to be very positive for the PC community when it comes to Call of Duty. But before we get into the commentary, just very quickly, if you guys want to check out any of my socials, I live stream over on Twitch every single day. I post on Twitter. You can also hit me in the DMs. They're always open. And I also have a Discord channel as well where our community hangs out. All the links to those things are down in the description of this video. Alright, now, I know a ton of you guys are probably console players. You know, PC has never really been the home of Call of Duty. In the very beginning, I would say, it, was welcome for the PC. But as time has gone on, it's come a console-dominant game. So, I know a lot of you guys can't really relate, but trust me, listen in on this commentary, because even though you aren't on PC, this will definitely help the overall community as a whole, and it will help out the franchise. So for Call of Duty players who play on the PC, if you want to go ahead and play this game, you have to go ahead and get it on Steam. That's how it's been since, like I said, the beginning of time. But right around World War II, well, right after World War II, when Black Ops 4 came out, Call of Duty made the switch over to BNet, and we've been sticking around there ever since. We had Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare, Cold War, Vanguard. It's pretty much been BattleNet forever. We completely ditched the Steam marketplace. Now, at first, I gotta say, I kind of enjoyed it because when they switched over to BNet, it was kind of really refreshing to see Call of Duty really show love and passion to the PC players. Black Ops 4 and up probably had the best PC support I've ever seen in a very long time. Now, at first, I kind of associated this horrible PC support with Steam. I thought, oh, all the games that were bad were on Steam, so that just means, if the game's on Steam, it's going to turn out bad, bad support. And BNet was, the savior. They made sure every Call of Duty game released as polished as it could possibly be. Again, it had its fair share of bugs and glitches, but when it comes to playability and just smoothness and everything, it just feels pretty darn solid. But after 4 years of Call of Duty being on BattleNet, guess what finally happened? Steam went ahead and put out this tweet, going ahead and quote tweeting the Call of Duty official page, going ahead and revealing Modern Warfare 2. And then later on, we finally see that Call of Duty is returning to Steam confirmed. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, if this is such fantastic news, if this is a good, news video, if it's a positive video, then why did you just say all that stuff in the beginning? Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Even though I did believe that BNet was the reason that Call of Duty has improved, I'm starting to come to the conclusion that it's not. I think that Call of Duty is finally noticing the player base that they have when it comes to PC. I mean, a lot of people just in general are switching from console to PC to even play with their controllers because they can get improved performance. And some of these games like Warzone, for example, don't even offer an FOV slider. The only way you can obtain that is by playing on a PC. And to be honest with you guys, the numbers never used to be that amazing. The recent years, the Jetpack CODs, the Ghost, all these other Call of Duty games, the numbers were not that great when it came to Steam. So I don't think Call of Duty or Activision really had the inspiration to make Call of Duty good for the PC sides of things. But now, current date, with improved sales for PCs, I think they're finally coming around and just making the game in general better. So I don't really think a switch back to Steam is going to affect the overall gameplay. And with all honesty, I think it's going to be an improvement. I mean, to begin with, I think Steam is 10 times better when it comes to handling the cheaters that are going on within the game. Now, the anti-cheat, I see a ton of people saying that the anti-cheat is horrible. I don't understand, because isn't the anti-cheat something that Activision has put together? Isn't it like, what's it called, Ricochet or whatever? That's the anti-cheat in the game. But the way that these people handle the cheaters in the game is what's really irritating. And it's extremely easy for cheaters to come back to Call of Duty on the regular. These most recent Call of Duty games, I'm not talking about old school games, I'm talking about the most recent Call of Duty games. I see more cheaters on Modern Warfare up to Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone than I do on any of the old school classics. When I go to like Plutonium or IW4X and I play these go-to games, I never see any cheaters. And even better than that, Steam, compared to BattleNet, shows off the player counts of whatever game that you want to see. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, instead of, being able to hide their player counts and make it seem like it's the most played and most popular game in the world, just like with Battlefield 2042, we can go ahead with Steam and see how popular this game truly is. Just like back in the day when you can load it into Black Ops 2 and it shows right next to the globe how many players are playing it, we don't even need to see that anymore. Steam will easily give us that number without Activision having to, hide it from us. And more importantly, Steam is just simply the better browser than Battle.net, in my personal opinion, at least from my experience. Battle.net, it's good and all, but like I said, the only reason I even gave Battle.net credit was because of how smooth and good Call of Duty finally started to feel. But if Call of Duty can actually become the same smooth and, competent game that they have been putting out on PC for these past couple to a few years, even though they aren't completely competent, but like I said, compared to what we've had in the past on Steam, what they released on Battle.net was 10 million times better. But if Modern Warfare 2 plays just as good on Steam, there's literally no benefits for using Battle.net. Steam is just a far superior launcher. And of course, the absolute best part about Steam, the mod support. Something that Call of Duty just crucially needs nowadays. As I said, Battle.net was good and all, but when it comes to the creativity of the community, it lacks tremendously. I mean, some of these OG Call of Duty games only live on because of the mod support. Games like Black Ops 3, World at War, the zombies experience throughout all of these games. Do you know where the player count comes for the majority of these games? It comes from zombies, because the whole zombies experience is absolutely modded with the coolest map designs and the coolest concepts. Like I say in all my videos, one of the best ways to keep your game going, without you even having to put in any effort, is to allow the community to have the creative freedom. And putting Call of Duty back on the Steam Marketplace does exactly that. And I know people saw that Modern Warfare 2 is being advertised on Battle.net right now. I don't know if they're going to continue selling it on Battle.net, and Steam is going to have it as well, just like how Battlefield is released on Origins, but you could also purchase the game on Steam. Whatever suits them the best, I don't care. All that matters to me is that we still have Steam to access crucial points that will help us critique if the game is being successful or if it's absolutely flopping. Like I said, with Battlefield 2042, could you imagine all the information that could be completely hidden from us, and all the things that EA could have said to the community saying that this is the best game that we've ever released? Battlefield 2042 is the most populated game that we've ever released. This is the most, well-received Battlefield game that we've ever released. They could say whatever they want if the game only released on Origins. And even though Steam does not make up the full body, the full player count of the people who are playing Battlefield 2042, you can clear as day see that as the Steam charts and as the Steam player count goes down, so does the actual game itself. If you log into Battlefield 2042, it's rough finding lobbies. It's hard to find games without AI. It's a pain in the butt to even get into a complete session without it being half over. The server browser and portal is gone, it's dead. The game is toast. And that's proof of the Steam charts. And the same exact thing will happen for Modern Warfare 2. Yes, the game will release on PlayStation. Yes, it will release on Xbox. Yeah, you can get it on Battle.net possibly. But at the end of the day, you will see that hundreds, if not millions of people will purchase this game on the Steam Marketplace, and you'll be able to track those numbers and see how the game is performing. And I guarantee you, if the game flops, and if the player count just completely dies on Steam overall, I promise you that that player count will probably more than likely transfer over to the whole game as well. When you hop on, you will experience a lack of players to get you into lobbies. And of course, it's going to be hard to track because obviously Call of Duty has multiple modes. If you go ahead and look it up on Steam, it will probably be tracking DMZ, multiplayer campaign, and Spec Ops or zombies, whatever side mode they decide to put in. And then obviously the massive majority of the player count will be in Warzone 2, which will be a completely different game mode for Modern Warfare 2. So it's not going to track altogether. And also Call of Duty has a lot of game modes, like I just mentioned, that, are there to track compared to Battlefield, where there's no game. You don't hop on Battlefield 2042 for campaign, right? You don't hop on Battlefield 2042 for Hazard Zone, right? No, you hop on Battlefield 2042 for multiplayer, and nobody wants to play that, and that's the only thing in the game. So it's going to be a little bit different to compare, Battlefield stats to Call of Duty stats on Steam. But I personally think it's still going to be pretty accurate, and like I said, it's going to be phenomenal for PC players to be able to mess around with mods, see player counts, and also just have a steady game running on a Steam launcher. Seriously, just imagine if Modern Warfare 2 just completely flops, it turns out to be a horrible game, and a year or two down the road, it's still decent enough. It has a good engine. Like, Modern Warfare 2019, the engine was phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with it. But again, like I said, no modders could get behind the scenes to actually create something with it. Just imagine what it's going to be like nowadays. All these modders are still in the old school games because they are on the Steam Marketplace, and that's what they're messing with. Imagine when the modders can finally get their hands on all of this new technology and really push the boundaries of what can be done. It's going to be phenomenal. All the game modes, all the, potential maps, all the content that could be there for us players when, times are rough, when there's droughts of content that Infinity Ward aren't putting out, which we all know is going to happen. So it's going to be pretty darn nice to have some of these abilities. But fingers crossed it turns out good, guys. thank you so much for tuning in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button, say hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat me, this do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.